Let me ask you something. Before you ever bought your first stock, who told you the truth? Because I wish someone had pulled me aside and said this before I started. Not after the losses, not after the panic selling. Before. Most beginners don't fail because they're dumb. They fail because they were never taught what actually matters. And if you're about to put your hard-earned money into the market, or you already have and something feels off, stay with me. Because if you miss this, the market will happily teach you the hard way. Let me say the quiet part out loud. If trading really looked the way most gurus show it on social media, the cars, the vacations, the watches, the non-stop flexing, everybody would already be rich. But they're not. And here's what no one tells you. That lifestyle marketing isn't education. It's bait. It lures people in with a fantasy and sells the idea that trading is fast, flashy, and effortless, when in reality, trading is slow, psychological, and deeply revealing. I've spent over 15 years in the therapy chair, sitting across from people who look successful on the outside, but are unraveling on the inside. And I can tell you this with absolute confidence. The people who over-advertise their happiness are often trying to convince themselves. That doesn't mean everyone flashing success is lying, but it does mean you should question anyone who spends more time selling a lifestyle than teaching a skill. Because real trading doesn't inflate your ego. It exposes it. It confronts your fear, your impatience, your need for validation, and your relationship with money. So if you came here looking for hype, this isn't it. But if you're ready for the truth about what trading actually requires and why most people never make it, you're exactly where you need to be. Let's get clear. Once you peel back the hype, the stock market reveals what it actually is. And that truth is exactly why most people struggle. What follows isn't theory, it's a reframing. Each shift moves you closer to understanding why trading humbles people and why it transforms those who stay. The stock market is a mirror. It reflects back your fear, impatience, greed, insecurity, and need for control. Every chart becomes a psychological screen where your beliefs about money, worth, and safety get projected in real time. When price moves against you, it's not just numbers moving, it's your nervous system reacting. The market doesn't judge you, rush you, or reassure you. It simply responds to order flow and probability, leaving you to confront yourself. Most people never make it because they came to the market looking for validation, not revelation. They expected confidence to come after profits, not realizing confidence is required before consistency. When the market mirrors back doubt, they personalize it, spiral emotionally, and abandon the very discipline required to grow. They don't fail the market. The mirror simply shows them what they haven't healed yet. And at its core, the stock market is a probability game. Nothing is guaranteed. No setup is perfect, and no outcome is owed to you. Even the best trades lose sometimes, and even salty trades can win. The market rewards those who think in ranges, likelihoods, and risk to reward, not certainties. It's a long game of stacking small edges over time. Most people never make it because they crave certainty in an environment that offers none. They want reassurance before entering and regret after exiting. Instead of managing risks, they try to eliminate it emotionally, which leads to hesitation, overtrading, or holding losers too long. Probability demands humility, and many people would rather be right than be profitable. The stock market is also a discipline amplifier. It doesn't create habits, it magnifies the ones you already have. If you're impulsive, you'll overtrade. If you avoid discomfort, you'll cut winners early. If you lack structure, your account will reflect chaos. The market doesn't care about intentions, only execution. Most people never make it because discipline is uncomfortable and boring. They underestimate how repetitive and unglamorous profitable trading actually is. When results don't come fast, they abandon their rules, jump strategies, and chase novelty. The market keeps amplifying inconsistency until it becomes undeniable, and then by then, many have already quit. The stock market is a teacher of patience. It operates on its own schedule, not yours. Setups take time to form, trends take time to mature, and mastery takes time to develop. The market teaches you how to wait without forcing outcomes and how to act decisively when the moment finally arrives. Most people never make it because patience feels like stagnation. Silence feels like missed opportunity. Waiting feels like falling behind. So they force trades to feel productive, confusing activity with progress. The market doesn't reward urgency, it rewards timing. And timing can't be rushed. Beyond mechanics, the stock market is a truth teller about money beliefs. It exposes how you were taught to earn, save, risk, and lose. It reveals whether you associate money with safety, identity, or self-worth. Every decision around position sizing, stop losses, and profits is loaded with emotional history. Most people never make it because they never interrogate their money story. They bring unexamined beliefs into a precision-based environment and wonder why emotion overrides logic. Without awareness, old survival patterns will take the wheel, and the market will always punish unconscious behavior faster than conscious intent. The stock market is also a lonely responsibility. No one clicks the button for you. No one manages the loss but you. No one owns the outcome but you. Even in communities, the final decision is solidarity. The market teaches self-trust, not dependence.
Pause. No, seriously, pause for 1 second. If you're watching this right now, it probably means one of two things. You're either trying to make sense of the market, or the market just humbled you a little today. Well, first, thank you for being here and watching this channel. That means more than you probably realize. Because trading can feel incredibly lonely. 1 minute you're confident, the next minute price reverses, and you're staring at the screen thinking, what just happened? You study the charts, you watch the videos, you try to follow the rules, but somehow the market still finds a way to hit your stop, shake your confidence, and make you question whether you even belong here. And let me tell you something very clearly. You are not crazy, and you are not the only one experiencing this. Most traders aren't failing because they're lazy. They're failing because they're navigating chaos without structure. They're guessing, they're chasing, they're reacting to price instead of preparing for it. That frustration you feel when price moves exactly where you expected after you close your trade. Yeah, we've all been there. That's exactly why I built this community, a place where traders can stop guessing and start trading with clarity, structure, and confidence. Inside our free community, I share the exact SPY levels I'm watching for the next trading day, the same level institutions are paying attention to. Support, resistance, key areas where decisions actually happen. No fluff, no noise. Just structure that helps you approach the market with freedom and clarity instead of fear and confusion. So if you're serious about becoming a better trader, join our free community using the link in the description. Grab tomorrow's SPY levels, introduce yourself, and let me personally welcome you inside. You don't have to figure this out alone anymore. And if this video helped you even a little, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the community.
Most people never make it because they want outsourcing without ownership. They want signals without understanding, certainty without responsibility. When trades fail, they look for someone to blame instead of something to learn. But growth requires accountability, and accountability is uncomfortable when results are inconsistent. Ultimately, the stock market is a long-term character test. It rewards emotional regulation, consistency, humility, and self-awareness over time, not overnight brilliance. It favors those willing to evolve internally as much as technically. Profit becomes a byproduct of personal alignment. Most people never make it because they treat trading as a shortcut, not a craft. They rush the process, resist reflection, and quit when the market asks them to grow. But for those willing to stay, learn, and mature, trading stops being a fantasy and becomes a mirror, a teacher, and eventually a tool for freedom. If you made it this far, I want to say congratulations, and I mean that sincerely. I know part of you was hoping for some secret trick, some magic revelation about the stock market that would make everything click overnight. I was looking for that too. And instead, what I found early on was a $15,000 loss that didn't just hit my account, it hit my identity. It felt heavy, embarrassing, and isolating. I replayed every decision in my mind, questioning my intelligence, my judgment, even my worth. I smiled in public, but privately my confidence took a real blow. It wasn't just money I lost. It was trust in myself. I remember thinking, how could I be so educated, so capable, and still get this wrong? That loss made me quieter, smaller, more cautious in rooms where I used to speak boldly. The market didn't just humble me. It exposed the parts of me that tied self-esteem to outcomes. But that experience became a turning point, not a dead end. In that moment of disappointment and self-reflection, I made a vow to myself and to God that if I were ever given the opportunity to truly help people in their trading journey, I would do it differently. I promised I would tell the brutal, honest truth that no one ever told me. No hype, no lifestyle bait, no pretending this is easy or glamorous. I would talk about the psychology, the discipline, the emotional toll, and the patience required, because those were the things that blindsided me. And if being honest can spare even one person from the heartbreak, the shame, and the self-doubt I endured, then that $15,000 wasn't wasted. It was tuition. This isn't about scaring you away from trading. It's about respecting you enough to tell you the truth. So your journey can be grounded in clarity instead of illusion. Now for the good stuff. The part I know you're really waiting for. Once you strip away the hype and the heartbreak, the question becomes what actually works for beginners? For me, that answer is focus and structure. That's why I center my work around SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. SPY isn't flashy, but it's honest. It represents the broader market, is highly liquid. It respects technical levels, and it moves in a way that's readable instead of chaotic. When you learn SPY, you're not just learning one ticker, you're learning how the market itself breathes. For beginners, that consistency matters because it builds confidence without overwhelming you. This is where Fibonacci comes in. Fibonacci levels aren't magic. They're a framework. They help you understand where price is likely to pause, pull back, or continue based on natural market behavior and human psychology. Markets move in waves, not straight lines, and Fibonacci gives you a map for those waves. Instead of chasing candles or guessing tops and bottoms, you begin to wait. You learn patience, you learn restraint, and most importantly, you learn how to let the market come to you instead of reacting emotionally to every move. That shift alone changes everything. Inside my community, I guide people daily through these Fibonacci levels on SPY, not just calling out numbers, but explaining why they matter and how to sit through them psychologically. This isn't about signals or shortcuts. It's about teaching you how to see the market clearly and regulate yourself while you're in it. Over time, members stop asking, "What should I do right now?" and start saying, "I see it." That moment, when clarity replaces anxiety, is where growth really begins. If this message resonated with you, if you've felt seen instead of sold to, I want you to know you don't have to do this alone. Join the community. Let yourself learn in an environment that's grounded, honest, and supportive. And if this helped you today, do me a favor, comment, like, and subscribe so more people can hear the truth about trading before they pay for it the hard way. Your journey matters, and I'd be honored to walk it with you. You've got this. Peace and blessings, Dr. O.